let me tell you something. The best mangoes, period, hands down, is Haitian mangoes. And they just came in season at Whole Foods, and I bought a bunch of them. And you can see right here, I'm tearing this mango up. See that? Hopefully that's in focus. Haitian mangoes. Okay, but anyway, this ain't about that. I was just finished reading something, right? And it had to do with Trump wanting to change the nutritional guidelines for schools, for school lunches, right? And I thought it was interesting, right? So I did some research, and I was looking, and I read, and some of you may already know it, but Michelle Obama basically changed things for the first time in over 15 years. In 2012, she basically changed the guidelines through USDA, and basically said that, you know, she wanted to take a more healthier approach for kids when it comes to the meals that are being served in these schools, right? But check this out. A lot of kids complained about it, right? They didn't like it. They didn't like the vegetables. They don't like the fruits and all this stuff. And it got me thinking. I'm gonna share something with you guys, and people probably don't even know this. A lot of the big industries out there, big food industries, for example, McDonald's, Coca-Cola, Pizza Hut, they sponsor and they have contracts with these schools. And so for years and years, they basically go out and they've been feeding kids, you know, these cheesy pizzas, these hamburgers, and basically these kids were kind of raised up on these type of foods. Now, here's my issue. My issue is this. It's not so much that, you know, you blame Michelle Obama or, you know, these schools or anything like that. The problem is that there's a lot of kids right now who you hear they don't like fruits, they don't like vegetables because they're not being served these things. When you're raised on pizza and you raised on hamburgers and you raised on all of these processed foods, eating something fresh, eating some fruit or anything that's not salty or has all these oils or anything like that, it's gonna feel like, what is this? Because your taste buds are so conditioned to eating a certain way. I'm gonna let you think about that. So now, these kids are used to eating a certain way, which is funny because I remember back in high school, back in my days, I know I hate saying back in my days, it just makes me feel old, but you know, that was a while ago. I remember, like, you know, in these schools, it's like you didn't even want to eat the school lunch. Like, you want to be one of the cool kids, you wasn't eating school lunch. We had money in our pockets and we was getting food after school. You know, we was getting food before school. We was having breakfast at the Mickey D's, or right after school we would go and eat something and sit and chill. Like, lunch was like going somewhere else and hanging out, you know what I mean, and catching up with friends, like play games or something like that. Wasn't nobody really checking for the food. But kids are different nowadays, and listen, that's what they used to. And so to hear that they want to change it is because, listen, these industries, they're not making money. Coca-Cola, because basically when you look up what the USDA nutritional guidelines are since Michelle Obama had them change it, it specifies cut back on the salt, have more fruits and vegetables, you know, focus on having less fatty foods, because we have an obesity problem in kids. It's just a reality. And the reality is that if you're consuming a bunch of calories, you could work out every second of the day. You're not burning those calories off. Most people are not burning off the calories that they're inputting in their body. You're just not. If you're gonna eat burgers all day, you're not working that out. You see me? So you got that going on with the companies, and then you got the fact that these kids are obese, and people just trying to point the finger because these industries are like, hey, we losing money because we want these kids to be raised eating this way so that way as adults they can continue to eat that way. Because God forbid they eat a mango or apple in school. Oh my God, like all hell gonna break loose. You know, so even the schools are confused because that's what they're saying now. They're saying it's too restrictive. It's too restrictive. Drink water. But it's funny because you always come across kids and you like, you know, drink some water. They don't want to drink water. They just want juice. But why is that? Because you raised that way. You raised on juice, you raised on soda. So what else are you going to drink? You drink water. It's like, where's the sugar? Sugar is addictive. Trans fats is addictive. Salt is addictive. You see what I'm saying? These things it changes your taste buds. And so the solution I feel is that there are a lot of kids that are obese. There are a lot of kids that are eating wrong, but it really starts at home. You gotta really educate these kids. You gotta tell them why they need to eat a certain way. You can't just change things on people and expect them to just roll with it. There gotta be some sort of education. I don't remember, you know, having, you know, nutrition classes that really talk about what's really going on, what's really in these foods. They don't talk about that. They show you the little pyramid, the little triangle pyramid, which they changed. But they show you the little pyramid. They say start with this and eat that and eat this and eat that. And it's nonsense. So it's a lack of education, man. So, you know, I applaud Michelle for trying. It's a tall task because like I said, you always got to trace the money when it comes to these things. It's never about what's really good for kids or even adults. It's all about the big businesses. That's what people got to understand. You got to make that connection. It's about the big businesses. They don't care about what your health is going to be like. It doesn't matter to them. It's all about big businesses. And so, you know, we got to do a better job of raising these kids the right way to eat the right things. So that way when they go somewhere or they're being offered an apple or they're eating vegetables, it's not like it's for the first time ever. See what I'm saying? So that's where I'm coming from with it. I just wanted to share that part with you guys. Guys, let me know what you think down below. Let me know in the comments, you know, if you agree with it. If you're on the side of Michelle, you're on the side of Trump. If you think, you know, kids should just continue eating the way they've been eating, whatever your case may be, whatever your stance is, leave it down below. I love interacting with you guys. Thank you for watching this video. I gotta finish this mango. It's just, it's too good. I'm gonna catch y'all later. I'm gonna catch you on the next one. Peace, y'all. I'm out.